Carl, talk to us a bit about your optimism. How do you think the Post might thrive under the ownership of a Jeff Bezos, who is a consumer of media, but anything but an insider?
In the newspaper and information business, and particularly reporting, we've been looking for an economic model that will fund the kind of reporting that represents the best of enduring repertorial values, meaning the ability to report the best obtainable version of the truth on a large scale. It has eluded us at the Washington Post. It has eluded the business of reporting generally. And part of what is required is a commitment by someone who understands the new technology, all the possibilities of the digital age, to use this great new platform and combine it with the enduring repertorial values that we all want to see a renaissance of. And if anybody can pull this off, I think that it's Jeff Bezos. And one of the things you see at Amazon is his willingness to invest and to wait for the product to perfect itself, to work, to go through the various iterations that a real inventor and a really innovative entrepreneur understands takes time and commitment, and it's not going to all go exactly like you plan at the minute you envision it. But I believe that someone like Jeff Bezos is buying this newspaper because he understands there is going to be a marriage of the technology and the greatest of repertorial values. And if the Washington Post is where he wants to do this, it is the ideal institution. This is a great institution with a record of public service, with a record of reporting, with a record of the commitment to the best obtainable version of the truth, which is really what reporting is all about. And I think that someone like Jeff Bezos and his track record and his innovation
Sure. But
is
Carl,
the right way to go about this.
Carly, let me just jump in for 1 second. Even though you seem to be a proponent of Jeff Bezos and what he can do, he is very different than the Graham family. What can we expect in terms of the cultural change at the Post and how that might affect the ability to report and keep its brand?
First of all, I think I have no crystal ball. I think that his eloquent statement to the employees indicates his understanding of the need to preserve the best of the Post values while bringing to his ownership a new sensibility that involves what he is great at, and that is technology and using it in the service of wonderful things. That's what we're hoping will happen at the Washington Post. And I think if there, look, this is not, there's going to be, I sent him a note immediately. And in there I said, this is going to obviously involve a lot of heavy lifting. But nonetheless, I believe he's committed to preserving the great values of the Washington Post. And if he's able to do this at the Post, it will be of great benefit to news organizations all over the country, because we need a new economic model that works so that we find, we are not covering the world today the way we need to. There are too many stories out there that are not being covered, and if we can get the right platform and the right economic model, then we can start getting back on track.
Carl, did Jeff Bezos write back to you?
I haven't heard back yet, but I've got an indication that I'm about to hear back.
Tell me something.
I'll leave it at that.
Good. Well, we would love to hear what he has to say when he does get back to you. Is the kind of commitment that you're talking about, the commitment to what I might term quality journalism, under Jeff Bezos, would that have been, do you believe that would have been impossible under the continuing ownership of the Graham family and the leadership of Catherine Weymouth?
I think the commitment is there, and if you look at the great reporting the Washington Post has done in the last couple of years, even under its reduced circumstances, it's there. We're talking about scale now, and we're talking about an institution that's been losing money. The Post has cut back on its bureaus, cut back on its reporting, and at the same time, next to the New York Times, it continues to break more great stories, even under its reduced circumstances, than any journalistic institution out there. That commitment has remained, but the reason for the sale is it's losing money.
Okay, well, hang on a second. I'm getting a little bit confused here. You're right, the Post is losing money. But Jeff Bezos, so what is it that Jeff Bezos is going to do? What magic wand is Jeff Bezos going to wave such that the Post makes money? Because those are the conditions under which you're describing, those are the conditions that seem to need to be precedent for the commitment to be embraced and to be extended into the future, this commitment to quality journalism.
Right. First of all, I don't know what he intends, and incidentally, I'm not sure he knows what he intends. This is an experiment. But I think what we've seen at Amazon is the willingness to fund a vision before the money is in hand in terms of profit, to stick with it, and to understand the basic mission of what he's trying to do. That's why I'm optimistic. I can't imagine that he's gone into this thing to try and further reduce the repertorial footprint of the Washington Post. That would seem to me, to put it bluntly, ass backwards. Bass-ackwards, however you want to put it, and I don't think he's in the business of thinking back-asswards.
Well, good journalism from the Washington Post is good for us all, and we certainly hope to see lots more of it, Carl. Thanks very much.